It's such a cute sound. Hello and welcome to a live broadcast. I haven't done a live broadcast for quite a few weeks. I've been away and got lots on. So I thought, seeing as today is a bit quieter and I keep getting requests, I don't know why, for review of the Latin styles in the Genos. So I'm sat here with obviously the Genos 2, and the first style that I'm looking at is in the Latin section, and it is steel band soccer. Not too sure what sort of song-wise this is intended for, but certainly it's quite a bouncy little style, and it's one that I haven't really used, I'll be honest. But let's have a listen to the intro 3. Quite a funky little style. Hello, Del KB, hi, and the Club Doctor. Ooh, that sounds a bit. Maybe we should be in the dance genre. But yeah, hi, Club Doctor. Hi, Del. Hope you're all well. I say it has been a while since I've been here, so I thought I'd better do a video. Plus, also, nearly, I'm just a gnat's whisker off getting 17,000 subscribers to the channel, which is incredible. Never in a million years did I think that just the Genos 2 and these little fingers would get so many views. But there you go. It's good. Oh, he builds golf the Club Doctor builds golf clubs. I thought he was a king of the dance floor, but there you go. Just shows you should never assume. So there we go. Yeah. Steel band soccer. I can't say as this is one I would particularly use a lot of, but let's have a look at the OTS2. Actually, I'm personally just thinking I would take this out back with a golf club and give it. This isn't a style that I would ever consider using. Yeah, okay, well, it starts off the Latin section, if nothing else. Club Doctor says, I used to play when I was a teenager, but I had a Technics E22 back in the day. God, blimey, that's going back a bit. I do remember those, and I don't know what's worse, the fact you had one or the fact I remember them. But yeah, that's, wow, Technics used to make some interesting products. It was never a brand that I personally liked. I thought everything just sounded a bit too muffly. Everything had a sort of fluff to it. But there you go. So anyway, yeah, so steel band soccer. First one in the... I'm surprised I'm not surprised because, of course, that's a new voice. So they've got to find a rhythm that will sort of promote... So yeah, let's go and have a look at the second one. Rumba Island. No, it's not the same. It is. It's using the same still. Sounds like you've won on the arcade machines. Oh yeah, Club Doctor says he used to use the keyboard player, complete organ player books. Kenneth Baker, I grew up learning with those. That was they were fabulous. They were, and you had the little cardboard thing in book one that you pushed out, and it slotted over the. Do you remember it slotted over the keys of the instrument? And my music teacher used to sort of keep moving it because I'd put it in the wrong place, of course, being a numpty. He'd move it. But yeah, it was one of the best books. I also used. Do you remember the Bill Irwin keyboard books, the Anchorway? I also grew up using those as well. That was probably one of the first books I had, because when you got to the end of the book, you had a certificate that you would fill in. And the music teacher would say, yeah, he's done a great job, blah, blah, blah. And you came away with a certificate. The Yellow Book. Yeah, that's it, Yellow Book. Del says, I recently purchased a PA5X. Oh, dear. Oh, Del, so sorry to hear that. Oh well, never mind. You can't have everything. Klaus Wonderfish. That's quite a nice rhythm, to be fair. Chat ending, but you don't get one, unfortunately. So that's Rumba Island. Yeah, Klaus Wunderlich. In actual fact, this keyboard, I've got some Wunderlich sounds in here. Let's just going to the side for a short 5 minutes. And I've got some of the club styles as well in here for sort of Wunderlich, Wunder style. So you got things like. Yeah, so it's got some of the old Klaus voices in here. You can pretty much recreate anything with a Genos 2. It's such an amazingly flexible instrument. But we were looking at Latin. I don't know why we drifted off. But the Club Doctor says, I played up until I was 16 and then discovered motorbikes and girls. Oh, right. Well, I'm not going to ask when you came across golf clubs, but that's another thing. Oh dear. Kevin Arthur, advice on multipads, when to use them and what are they all about? Maybe on a feature tutorials, I hardly ever use them. To be fair, Kevin, you're probably on the same page as me. I don't use them a lot. But what I do tend to use is probably always the same ones. If I go to select, there's a whole category of multipads. And things like synth toms, I can tell you, in all the years I've ever owned one of these, I've never used a single one of those. They're there for there. But the one thing that I do use is the strumming guitar, the steel 8-beat strum, because it works so well with other styles. So if I go in, for example, and pick a nice sort of ballad, let's go power pop ballad, see what that one is. So we've got this nice style. I can bring in the nice strumming guitar. So you've got the strumming guitar. The guitar you can bring in on its own if you want to start off. Then press sync start and then the rhythm will come in. So strumming guitars I use, and they're probably the only thing I do use in here. Things like the Latin and percussion, sometimes maybe if I'm looking for something just to add a bit more kick. But yeah, strumming guitars, you can stick to most styles and it will work a treat. So there you go, Kevin. Hope that's helped you, my friend. There we go. I'm just looking at the chat. I found a used Genos at a Guitar Centre and had some old expansion packs on it, including voice choir one and vintage keys and synths. Those will be the expansion packs you can download from the Yamaha site. There's a whole host of content that you can download and add, which go into your expansion voices. So if you want to go to expansion, all you do is just pick one of your voice categories, the voice select black button, and then go to expansion, and you'll see all the packs that you've got installed. I've got a few sort of things like strings. But some packs come with styles, some packs don't. But yeah, it's always worth looking what you can add to your Genos, because there is tons and tons of stuff out there. So there we go. So anyway, let's go back to the purpose of the video, and we're looking at some of these Latin styles. I've got rock cha-cha. Yeah. I always like to see what the intros are like. I think that's one of those famous songs by Sultana, and let's try intro 2. Yeah, it's one of those sort of generic-y sort of rock, well, as it says on the tin, rock cha-cha. Oh, hello. Shoot the pianist. What's he been taking? Yeah, it's very, I feel rushed. Bengt Olav Tved, I hope I've got that right, says, what is the easiest way to boost drums and bass during a live performance? Well, of course, you've got the volume control. You can always boost them that way. So you can whack up the actual drums. And you've got bass control as well. One of the things that you can do is assign the expression to expression pedal, so as you can give a bit more oomph to your voices. But you can, in the way that I would do that is actually turn off the control for the pedal for your right hand, so your accompaniment you can actually increase more, which is kind of how the older sort of German European sort of organs work, because they're generally, with most of their instruments, the right hand is kept separate from the accompaniment side of things. So when you adjust the volume pedal, the right hand actually goes up in volume, but the rhythm stays the same, because normally your band isn't going to go up and down in volume, is it? I mean, you can't turn up your drummer. At least I wish you could, but you can't. You can't tell the drummer to go 50% louder unless he's going to play harder. So that's one thing I recommend. Somebody's put, I suggested HS8s to keep the Yamaha theme. Actually use Adam's. Yeah, funnily enough, a friend of mine has got a pair of the Adam T7Vs, and he's just gone back to the HS8s. He says that the clarity on the treble is so much better than the reed tweeter on the Adams. And I've got to say, I do agree. The reed ribbon tweeter on the speakers isn't as bright as on the Yamahas. So yeah, so I kind of agree. Yeah, I would go with a pair of HS8s every single time. So there we go, Samba Rio. If you're in a rush, there's a rhythm for you. Latin pop. Sounds like the start of a travel program, especially with that sort of bendy flamenco guitar. Welcome to Travel the World. In today's program, hi Frankie, hello New York, USA. Hope you're all well, and sending my best wishes to anybody in New York. John Carter says, "Due the charmers here." Do you play live at shows as such? I'm hope I'm live now, but I know what you mean. No, I used to play out and about many years ago, but I got tired of it. For the pure sake of the fact, like today, I can turn this on and you're all here, and you can watch from the comfort of your armchair, and there's no hurry. Whereas if I was to play somewhere, I'd have to drag this miles somewhere. I'd be sweating because by the time I've set it all up and everything's ready, and then I've got to do a 2-hour concert, I prefer just sit and play for fun on here. It's much nicer, much nicer. Hey, it's Patricia. Hey, Patricia, would you be kind enough to tell me a bit about the freeze button? Loving the show as always. I hope you are. Yes, Pat, I'm very, very well. Freeze button. This is linked to your freezer in the kitchen. No, it's not. It's not linked to your freezer in the kitchen at all. This is a button that will stop things from changing. And the simple explanation, if you press direct access on the panel and then press freeze, everything that you see here ticked will be locked. So when I change a registration, if I want to have that voice stay the same and not change, I simply tap where it says voice. You see me tapping there? If that's on, my voices will stay the same as they were previously. The same with the tempo. If I want the tempo to stay as it was, make sure it's ticked. And everything you see on the screen here, the style, if it's ticked when you put freeze on and you press a different registration, the style won't change. It can confuse people because sometimes the freeze button will be on and you'll be pressing your registration and thinking, why is it not changing? And that's why the freeze button is basically like, whoa, hang on, we are going to change, but we're only going to change what isn't ticked. So I'm hoping this is kind of an easy explanation. So when it's on, things that are ticked on the screen won't change. When it's off, when I change, for example, now to number 5, it puts me in a church. And the same if I press 6, it will all change. It all changes. However, if I press freeze and then go to number 5, my voice hasn't changed, the style hasn't changed, and that's because I've turned freeze on. Does that help, Patricia? Please tell me if that helps. Frankie says, I had my Yamaha PSX 920 for about a week, but I decided to bite the bullet and go for a Genos 2. Whoa, great choice, Frankie. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong, 920 is okay, but it misses an awful lot of stuff when compared to a Genos. I keep saying this every time. Genos is, and still is today, the flagship, the best keyboard money can buy. Without any question, it's just the most flexible. It bends and curves with anything that you want to do, and you don't find yourself feeling restricted. And the golden thing with anything Yamaha, it's a doddle to operate. It's so easy to understand. Your brain sort of puts 2 and 2 together and says, this makes sense. And Yamaha have been renowned for that. And that's down to basically the guys at Yamaha who develop these amazing instruments. They understand that the brain has a certain sequence. I mean, there are keyboards out there where you think, I want to change a voice, but it's not logical. It makes no sense as to why you would push a certain sequence. So, yeah. But this thing, as you well know, anybody who's got one of these will know without even having to explain it just works. Everything on it is just so nicely done. And if I want to change a voice, I can access it in various ways. I can touch the screen here and go to a different voice, or I can push a button over here and go to a different voice. There's different ways, and there's always a quick way to get to what you're trying to do. So there you go. It does seem like it has a big learning curve. It doesn't. No, Frankie. It's really quite logical. There's a lot on it. That is what a lot of people get confused with in terms of, well, is it difficult to use? It's not difficult to use. There's just a lot to use. So if you sit down and think to yourself today, well, I want to play something with a swing, you tap the orange bar, you go into jazz, and you pick one of the styles. You're away. He says, I've got the freeze button on. That's why. Let me just go back to the cool piano jazz. There we go. So now it's playing. It's changed the style. And you can change voices easily with using the OTSs. But having said that, you can go in and just call up a random voice. You press the little voice select button. And if I wanted to pick, let's go for a trumpet. And believe it or not, you can do all of this live. It doesn't get you in a scenario where you think, oh, I've got to press that and that and that and that. And then by the time you've done it, you're too far in your music to actually change your voice. It's very easy. You go to your main screen and all you do is tap the voice and you go to the voice and pick it. And that's quick enough to do live. So you don't have to worry too much. Let's just have a quick catch up on the chat. Pat says, thank you very much, Lee. Pat, big kiss. Do I need to back up styles and registrations before installing a software upgrade? Or is this no? If you're updating the firmware, you don't need to update. You don't need to do a backup necessarily. It will just update the actual operating system. I did work for Yamaha Motorcycle for Dealers for years. Well, there you go. The club doctor is a speed demon. Dell says the PA5X is more difficult than the Dell. The PA5X is a beep to use. It is just bloody awful. And I pray and hope somebody at Korg takes the decision to delete the operating system from scratch and redo it in a way that Yamaha or any other manufacturer seems to do, where it's simple. There we go. Highly, another great session. When you play Brazilian songs, I feel that you really like this genre. Yeah, I do actually, Edson. I'm coming around to your way of thinking. Let's go back to Latin. The bossa stuff I really love, I've got to say. I'm a bit of a bossa nova. Again, this is what I'm saying. You know, it's so easy just to go from one. I can go to bossa fast. It's just so nice. It really is. Frankie Petruccelli says, this is very helpful. How often do you go live with these tutorials and how can I get notified? Simple answer, if you want to know when I'm going to go live, click subscribe on my channel and click the little bell, and then when I do go live, you'll get a notification from YouTube just to say, he's at it again. So... it's easy to do. Just click subscribe and the bell, and before you know it, you get a message saying Lee's off playing one again. I used to go, in fact, I'm going to try and get back into a routine because I used to do it weekly. Every sort of week I would do something, but with holidays and things, I've sort of been away, and now I'm back. I'm just reading John's comment. Travel show again. I can picture Judith in an overly floral dress observing golden vistas over East Morecambe. Thank God it's Judith, not me. This is a nice style. This is bossa fast. message from Darren Binns. Hello, Darren. I bought a Genos 1 version 2 last year. Is there any update available? The Clio Lane, it is clear. Yeah, there is. There's I think the last version they did was the Superior 2.0 upgrade, which gives you some nice sounds, some new styles. So that's definitely one to take a look at. I might actually dig out, because I've still got my Genos 1. I will never part with that keyboard. It was one of the most wonderful pieces of gear that I've ever had. So I might dig it out and see what it's like now. Because to be brutally honest, there's a lot of voices that are in the Genos 1 that are in the Genos 2. There's more content in Genos 2, obviously. There's new voices in Genos 2. But Genos 1 still holds its own. It's still a tremendously great bit of kit. So yeah, don't ever think you're missing out on something with the Genos 1. The Genos 1, by all means, is a great keyboard. In fact, I would probably say I would prefer a Genos 1 than an SX920. That's just me. Maybe you want something smaller, but the Genos 1 has more content, and that's what keeps you entertained. So if you've got styles in your keyboard and you've got lots of content to play, then you're not really going to get bored. From Bossa Brazil. Where do I get if you look at the Yamaha, just go to Yamaha Music and search for your keyboard. If you tell it you've got a Genos, there's a little button you can click and it'll tell you where all the software is, and it'll do all the usual. But you can download it from the Yamaha website. We've now moved into game show territory. Here's Dave. Dave can win a car. We've got a Ford Capri. It's a bit of a cheesy style, but it's nice. I can't believe somebody just said that they like my jokes. You're the only one. Congratulations, you're the first person to ever have said that. Is a cracking rhythm. It really is. That's Bossa Brazil. So Edson, if you're watching, that's I might do something with that. Lounge Bossa. Keep stopping every time I see a message. It reminds me of painting with Nancy. You see, Bob Ross had competition, didn't he? Are the Genos speakers sounding better? Should I buy one? Well, the Genos sounds okay, great. In fact, maybe I wouldn't buy those little speakers, the little tiddly things. I personally wouldn't know. If I was going to buy any speakers, I would buy, as every single person who's ever owned a Genos probably ends up buying, is a pair of Yamaha HS8 speakers. They are not expensive, but they sound phenomenally good. And you just put them on a little stand by the side of you and away you go. You can't go wrong. It's an incredible set of speakers. Here we have a pair of Yamaha HS8s. It's really is sale of the century, isn't it? Right, let's go and have a look on page 2. Yes, I'm watching a brilliant play of Brazilian Bossa. Yeah, the Brazilian Bossa is really good. So now we're on to page 2, and we've got Tens Cuban Pop. Now, there is a TV well, it was on Netflix, a program called Breaking Bad, and this style kind of reminds me of one of the something, I can't remember the name of the song, something blue. Now, I'm going to also let you into a secret. I've had this keyboard now for nearly, coming up to 2 years. And I can assure you, I've never used that style, never played it. Yeah, nice intro. Let's have. I also have a Yamaha subwoofer on my home cinema system. Sounds brilliant. Yeah, it does. Yeah, they're good. Jane says, do you do Electone Stagia ELS01? I actually had an ELS02 for the best part of, I think it was 4 months, and I sold it because I did not like how harsh it sounded compared to all the other Yamaha products. It was very thin sounding, is the only word I can use. So no, unfortunately, I no longer, well, in fact, I never did, but I didn't do content videos with the Electone, but I didn't have it long enough. So I simply just did not like it in any way, shape or form. It was so... in the UK, we have a phrase tinny, which sounds like sort of very thin and weak, and that's how I would describe the Electone sounds. But there you go. Basil Allen says, hi Lee from St. Petersburg, Russia. Hello to you. Hope you're keeping well. Finally, I'm watching you live. Well, I know that scares me. What do you mean, finally? Have you been queuing up or waiting for something, or have you paid the admission price? Not quite sure what you'd play this for. Yeah. Well, I told you I've never ever pushed that style button before, and I don't think I'll be pushing it again. I think it's obviously a modern version of some sort of Cuban sort of thing. Oh heck. Alex I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the name, but it says, hi Lee, it's good to see you again. I already received my Yamaha Genos 2. Fantastic, that's great. I bet you're having fun with it, I'm sure you are. I didn't have a ticket, I just crashed. I'm starting to like Club Doctor. I think he's going to have to come back next time. Right, so Colombian pop. Should we see what that sounds like? Is it Shakira? I gotta say. Yeah, that to me sounds like a Mongolian nose flute. Yes, correct. It does sound painful, yeah. It does sounds like somebody's throttling the flautist. Oh, hello. That's quite bouncy. Fixed sine exercise. Oh dear, this is turning into so much fun. Right, so that is reggaeton pop. And I think Euro Pop Mambo I have used before. Yep. John Carter, do you know, I read exactly the same thing. Royal family decorating scene, yeah, he's got his spatula on the wall with a little bit of Veronica by his side, yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Yamaha sound designers don't know that violins and cellos play double notes and chords. They need to listen to Bach's cello suites or violin partitudes. Okay. Don't know what to say about that one. Anyway, thank you for that information. That's very, very kind. I don't know what to say. Twiggy wears a pen. Yes, like we obviously watch the same TV programs. Let's have a look at this. 80s Brazilian pop. I'm sure Edson will know what this is for. Come on, Edson, name that tune. What's that off? What's that intro for? Now, if I play that in a minor, I know what this is for. Yeah, we know that one. That's an old song. Well, it is old. It's 80s. Lambada, says Edson. Come on, then. Come on, Clever Clogs, then. If you know that second one is for Lambada, what's the third one for? Go on, Edson. See if you can get 2 for 2. So we got Lambada. What's that one for? Edson's now panicking, thinking, what is it? What is it? What is it? I don't mind. Anyway, Gems Jan says, what scales you mostly use when playing melodies? Any tips? I'm having a hard time improvising. Good question. I don't know, because I just whatever key. I mean, I 99% of the time play in C, F, or G. That's just me being lazy. But you can play in E flat. A flat. It depends on. I don't know. I don't have my brain isn't wired to Lombardo 2 says cheeky. You're not going away with that one. My brain is wired in a very different way, where I don't use dots. I don't have music. I just hear something and I can transpose. So I hear something in F, I can transpose it in pretty much any key. But as I said, I am lazy because I do most of it in C, F, G. I always tend to sort of when improvising, I don't know. I can't tell you what it does. It just happens. It comes and yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. It's some sort of weird wiring. I must have been hit over the head with a shovel when I was a child. But I can't tell you how I improvise. It just comes. But I do spend an awful lot of time listening to chords, and I always picture chord sequences in terms of position on a scale. So if I hear a piece of music, I'm not listening necessarily to the music, I'm listening to the chord and the structure of where the chord next goes. So it'll be like a 1, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 1. There's always like a numbered sequence to it. I don't know. I said to you, I was hit on the head with a shovel. I must have been. Either that or thrown down the stairs at the age of 4, but either way, it works. It just comes, yeah. Because I hate it when people say, "Oh yeah, I've got this book and it tells me how to play by ear." I'm sure it doesn't work. I'm sure it doesn't work that way. But anyway, who knows? You just have a feel. Yeah, I do. That's right. You're absolutely spot on. It just when I'm playing and doing things like styles, when I'm making styles on this, I'll do something and then my head will go, "Bing! You need to add this." And it builds up that way. I don't sit here going, I've got to have C chord here and F chord here, and then I want to change this. It just comes like I say, I was dropped. So there you go. Right, so let's have a listen to Samba 60s, see if this is any good. In a nutshell, yes it is. I love that. You hear the finger click in the background. I love that. That is really nice. Sometimes you think, I just wish Yamaha would put a gap and then a fill, and they've done it on here. Frankie's retracted a comment. Oh, hope that was okay. Jacques de Gruen. Hi from Jack in the city called... Oh, hell. In the city called... Speaken East... Oh, God. Why can't you just call it Stoke? In a city called... Speak... Oh, I give up. He's in the Netherlands anyway. So hello, Jacques. Nice to have you join us, and I hope you're keeping yourself well. Kevin says, I'm the opposite to you, Lee. I started learning classical. I gave up as I wanted to play by ear, but not being able. However, put any music in front of me with chorded left hand and I'm away. Oh, I hate you. See, I'm the other way. I wish I could read dots, because then you've got the ability to do so much. You just, you can, whatever, you can score stuff. Whereas I have to sit and try and figure out where to go next. So there we go. Frankie Petricelli says, besides more styles and voices, what does the Genos 2 have that? I'm guessing that the Genos 1 doesn't. You've got much, I mean, like this much better effects. The reverb in here is significantly, and I mean like gold standard, significantly better. If you go, I'm going to pick a piano and I'm simply going to go to my reverb. And we have this Revelation Cathedral, which you don't have in the Genos 1. I'm going to be quiet because this is something that you need to listen to, because the reverb is just so delicate. That is beautiful. And if you're picking voices, things like strings as well, with that reverb, let me just go and pick one of the sound stage. That's a nice string. And listen to the reverb tail off. That is, yeah, goosebumps. So that for me, that is reason enough to upgrade. But there is much more than that. Obviously, you've got all these fantastic new styles. You've got all the fantastic new voices. You've got this new character grand. Sounds like somebody's mum's piano. But if you stick a little bit more reverb on it, as we've been doing, it's just stunningly good. Dear. Anyway, so there you go. So yeah, the massive voices are good. The big piano sounds are just outstanding. But you've got things like the U1. If you want an upright piano, you can't get much more upright than a U1. And then you've got felt piano, which I've been using in a lot of sort of dance sort of genre music, because it works really well for sort of like held notes. And again, the note just goes on and on and on. It's yeah. So there you go. So there is a lot of great stuff in here. As I say, you've got the ambient control also you can put on the expression pedal so that you can have the sound feeling bigger and sort of shrinking a little bit. It's just, yeah, it's happy. Let's go back to some of the samba styles. So we're on samba fast. You ready, Edson? Get yourself ready for this. What's this one? Wait while Edson writes down on a card what the style's for. Do you know, I come to the conclusion that Latin musicians really do cheat, because a lot of songs will be one note. I mean, talk about lazy. Yeah, just not right, is it? Martini advert. John's still coming up with his own TV shows. Let's have a look. I turned on my Genos 2 and I'm playing along with you. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I bet you're playing better than I am, though, aren't you? Let's face it. Right, so we've got Samba Fast. That is a fast one. Has Edson come up with anything? No, He's probably frantically searching through songbooks for Latin music. Jazz Samba, let's see what this is. There's a lot of vocals going on in the background. And Del said Pearl and Dean. Was that the thing that used to use it was a cinema opening title, wasn't it, Pearl and Dean? Was that the company that did the advertisements for the old movie cinema? Ah, dear. Oh, trip down memory. We're only on page 2. I'm going to have to cut this short because we've got 5 pages to go through. And we've already been at it. How long have we been at it? I'm looking. I can't see how long we've been on. But, anyway, who cares? So yeah, there the club doctor says, yeah, it's the cinema people. Yeah, I thought it was. I think I'd find that highly annoying, that piano part. Latin soul. Sounds very 60s sort of sounding, doesn't it? that's a lot of fun to play. Jane says, can you do a bit of I Ain't Got You by Lee? Sorry, I have no idea what that song is. I don't know it. I just love how the piano makes me feel. What sort of piano voice is it? Is it a soft piano or is it a bright piano or... no idea. What's John going on about? Yeah, these adverts for Vesta beef. John, pack it in. I'm not playing music for beef curry. That's one thing I'm not doing. Bossa Nova. Just a quick question while I've got you on live. Is the video all synced up? Is everything, sort of the audio and the video, in sync? Because I have this horrible... I always panic thinking that this is going to drift out. Just mooching at this keyboard online. You should do some OPM covers. Who's OPM? Well, I'm not even going to ask. Right, well, that's good. At least everything's in sync and you can hear me and the fingers seem to be in the right sequence. Yeah, so slow bossa, that's nice. In fact, one of the things you will probably notice, if any of you have had Tyros and then gone to Genos, up to Genos 1, you'll have probably thought the OTSs are absolutely shocking. And yeah, they were. They were absolutely appalling. But this isn't too bad. I mean, there's some things that really shouldn't go together. But all in all, you can easily just flick from one style to another. You can play easily without too much hassle. Joshua Oberombi. Hope I'm saying that right. Hey Lee, how do you adjust the volume on the keyboard when playing from a phone connected via Bluetooth? Hey? Are you playing with a backing track or something? Or is that... Yeah... Just trying to think what you would be using the phone for. If you've got your phone connected via Bluetooth, there should be a volume control for said. If you go to your mixer, volume. There we go. On volume, on panel 2, you've got a Bluetooth volume control here, which you can adjust as required. That should do the job. Hope that helps. Look, we've got more people joining. Hello, everybody. Hello. What were those speakers you said people buy for these? It's the Yamaha HS8 speakers. You can get them from Amazon. You can get them from music stores, which I would prefer you to go and do. Don't buy them off Amazon. Let's support the music shops. Hi from Sweden. Hello, Sweden. Retro Live Music. Hello, Sweden. Hope you're well. And Jane Victoria says, original Pinoy music. Oh, okay. Well, I might look into that when we've finished. Yeah. Benny says, I missed the first hour. Oh, terrible. I'll have to put you into detention. Don't worry about it. You can always watch it back later. If you're that daft. So there we go. Right, so we are skipping through these styles quite slowly, to be brutally honest. We got a nice bossa nova again, another bossa. We got pop bossa. Guess what that one's off? A smooth Latin ballad. I can't keep up with everybody. We've got more people. We've got Jonathan Brox Olsen. Hi, Jonathan Brox Olsen. We've got RBU from the Netherlands. Hello, hi, RBU. We've got a message. Lee, if possible, could you please tell me why Wi-Fi is needed in Genos 2? I don't understand yet. I've got to say, I'm kind of lost. Why you need? I mean, you can connect your phone via Bluetooth. Obviously, you can, but Wi-Fi, you have the ability, kinda, to transfer files to and from your keyboard using Wi-Fi. And the expansion software is supposed to work. I've never, ever got it to transfer successfully using Wi-Fi. So I don't know. I really don't see the point of it, to be brutally honest. I think it's one of those things that somebody asked for, and then everybody sort of said, yeah, we want Wi-Fi, and everybody played Yamaha to have Wi-Fi, and now it's in there. What the hell would you use it for? I truthfully can't tell you. It's not something I have ever used. Frankie Petricelli, see, I'm getting better at this, Frankie, says, is the Wi-Fi used to download? Yeah, you can download the expansion packs, but it's quicker to do it on a USB stick. And it's a damn sight more reliable as well, because the problem you're going to have is with the Wi-Fi connection, if your Wi-Fi is a bit fluttery, I wouldn't take the gamble. I've never used the Wi-Fi on here. Just trying to think. No, I haven't actually used the Wi-Fi. The Bluetooth I use for the audio, to send my phone to the keyboard if I want to listen to something and figure out a particular passage. That's about it. So there you go. So that was a very good question. Thank you very much for that one. Ronnie said, but Ronnie Bornerot. Hello, Ronnie Bornerot. After listening to many of my Genos 2 video clip, I can now say it sounds marvellous. I really can't play, but my tinkering sounds so good. Good now. See, it makes anybody sound amazing. It really is a great bit of gear. It really, really, really is. Jonathan Brox Olsen says, how am I doing? Well, last time I checked, I was okay. That was about an hour ago, and so that's good. Benny says, got a silly question here. While playing live and you want to create a pause in your song, is there a break button? Yeah, that's a very... I wish the old Ketron keyboard did have a break which caused a break, and that was great. The break on here, press it. Yeah, it's a break of description, but it's not the break I particularly would like to see on as a whole. I would like a bump, then silence, and then you can come in with some more emphasis. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, it has got a break button, and you can create your own styles as well, which is really nice and easy to do. Let's have a look. Keith says, hi Lee, after watching you on YouTube, I thought I said watchdog, after watching you on YouTube for 2.5 years, I finally got the SX920. About time. You have been and still are a great inspiration. Thank you. Oh, Keith, that's really kind of you, Keith. Oh, keep calling you Kevin. Keith, thank you so much. Yeah, why have you waited until now? You should have got it a long time ago. It's been out of you. In fact, it's actually the SX920's anniversary. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. It's been out for a year. I can't believe a year has passed so quickly. So yeah, so happy birthday to the SX920. I might do a little video just using the SX because I've got it sat here. So I'll probably dig that one out, and yeah. Thank you very much. I will definitely translate what you said into Russian. Please don't. You always create a good mood. I do try to keep everybody. It's a fun hobby. Let's face it. We all enjoy playing. So why would you sort of turn up on a video and go, this is the button that you need to press. Let's press it. There we go. Done. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work. It's got to be fun. I've seen so many videos in the past where I left watching thinking that's it, I'm never going to play again. So it's all about making great stuff and making great content, making very, very, enjoyable sounds. The more voices you've got, this is kind of what I keep saying about the 920. The 920's got a lot of the Genos 2 in it. Not anywhere near as much, but you can still create just as much fun with a 920 as you can with the You've just got to change your idea. Whereas with this, you can sit down and say, right, today I'm going to do a funk style with a tubular bell. Why would you do that? I don't know. But you can. You can do anything pretty much on here, no problem. Mine on 28th. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? Are we having a party? Hi, Central Florida. Wow, hello, Florida. Isaac's World. Hello. Hi from Central Florida. How lovely. Oh, but it's nice there. Look forward to these. Thank you very much. I will definitely. Mine on the 28th. Is it you telling me you've got one, Keith, on the 28th? Or is there something... Are you inviting me to a special party or a disco or something? What are we doing? Are we all coming round? Is that what you're telling me, Keith? Or have you decided? I see. It's yours on the 28th. That's when it arrives. Oh, well, you're going to have a lot of fun with that. You really are. So there we go. So anyway, I'm yammering on and reading your messages. Stop. Stop distracting me. Right, Pop Latin Ballad. Let's see what this one sounds like. Hang on a minute. It's Keith's birthday on the 28th, apparently. And many more. So yeah, let's all wish Keith a very happy birthday on the 28th. No, my birthday. Dear, honestly, what's going on here? I've lost track. Dear. Benny's given a cup, so I don't know what the cup's for, but there we go. But this is a nice. I've got to be honest, I always tell you the truth. The strings in this thing are as ratchety and sort of rough as, they aren't nice. If you do something classical, fair enough. But the actual, for something nice and gentle, that they are not good. So I always end up going to my expansion and using, there we go, that's more like it. A badger's bottom, yeah, that's one. I'm thinking night and day. Oh, Andy Tremaine says hello from Naples. Hello, Naples. How you doing? Jonathan Brox Olsen says I am from Norway. Beautiful place. Do you know, that's somewhere I would genuinely like to go for a break. I want to do a cruise and see the Northern Lights. That would be lovely. Absolutely lovely. Frankie Petricelli says, love that this is a global community. It just shows music. It does, and that's why I love doing this, because I get so many people joining in Russia. We've got America, Canada. It just goes on and on and on. And the thing is, when everybody subscribes, and once I come live, as it were, once I swing into action, everybody sort of comes in, and we've got people from all around the globe, all who love and play Yamaha arrangers. And that's the best part about the whole thing for me. I just love the fact we've got so many wonderful musicians and nice people all around the globe who love to play. Davey Finnegan says, hi Lee, I almost have enough put by for my Genos too. Go for it, David. Absolutely, you will not look back. Once you've got one of these, you will absolutely, you'll forget everything. The wife will be ignored. The dog will be ignored. You won't be going to work. You'll just sit here and play this. How do you find expansion packs, Yamaha, or can you find them elsewhere? The Yamaha packs are available. Yamaha packs are available on the Yamaha site. You can go to another site called Soundpacks, which is www.soundpacks.co.uk, and you'll find the strings and all the things that I use, especially the things like the vocal. Things like that are off there. And there's strings and your brass bands. It's all on there. So and it all works with the SX and the Genos. So yeah, give it a look. But to be brutally honest, there's so much in here. Once you've got one of these, you are going to be going through all the voices for an awful long time. And the Yamaha pianos just by miles knock everything else out of the park. Apart from the electric pianos. But no, you've got these nice U3, there's U1. David Fink, oh yeah, are you available on Patreon? I am available on Patreon, yes. You can go to patreon.com/Genos Club. And then you can download, there's about 1,400 videos. There are new voices, new styles. There's about 350 brand new styles you can download. And there's so much stuff on there. There's tutorials for every part of the keyboard. So if you want to look and find out more about an SX or a Genos, it's on there. So just go to patreon.com/Genos Club, and it gives you access to an awful lot of stuff. More styles than you can shake a stick at. I'm just looking here. I did a new style called Bossa Chill, which is on there. Where are we? There's masses of stuff that you can download. So there you go. Thanks for asking, Dave. Yeah, absolutely have a look. The actual registration for the church organ voices as well. if you don't like that, then there's something wrong with you. But I did a series of church organ, so they sort of grow in intensity. So you start off with this sort of small organ, then it gets bigger. And then it gets bigger. And then it gets bigger. And it keeps going until you get to the full end of the 10 registrations. This is Ecce homo qui est faber. Anybody translate that one for me? Ecce homo qui est faber. I'm guessing faber is fabulous. Qui est, is it you are? I don't know. I'm making it up as I'm going along. But anyway, thank you, Jane. You've given me some homework to try and find out what you've put. Oh dear. Right, so I don't know. Shall we call it a day here, or shall we carry on? It's up to you, because you're all watching, and I mean I've got a bit of time left, so it's whether you want me to Mr. Bean. It is the Mr. Bean soundtrack. It could be, yeah, actually, yeah. Let's have a look at a couple more. So let's go back to Latin, which we were on page 3. Smooth Latin ballad. Let's see what this does. No, I'm sorry, I don't like that at all. That's just painfully. Yeah. Let's try this one. Frankie says the show has to go on. Fair enough. Guitar rumba. Ooh, that's a bit bouncy. Now I've got to say that bearing in mind this is a style, a MIDI style, not audio like other keyboards. That is impressive. You better tell that theatre person to get out then. Now, I'm just thinking, I'm surprised they didn't use... they did. So when you're doing your intro for this, because it is so flamenco, it's unreal. You can... What does a chicken do when it crosses the road? It goes lay. Oh dear. That's a very clever bit of programming for the style. Bada bum, bada bum. Rumba flamenco, anybody? The programming of these things are incredible. I bet the person that does that doesn't play by ear, that's for sure. Pop flamenco. Another big one. Shall we try a tango for a change? That's impressive with it. I've not heard, and I know that the guitar sounds, some of them have him and that one and the chicken, but these phrases are different to the voices on the guitar voice, so these are obviously written into the style. If anybody can translate and tell me what he's saying there, that would be most interesting. Anyway, let's move on. Page 4. We're getting towards the end now, so don't panic just yet. Bolero Lento. This is lovely. This is a beautiful, beautiful style. is a Bolero Lento. That is going down as one of my favourites. That is stunning. Wow, what a nice style. So let's go to Rumba Bolero. Another great style. That is really, really nice. Oh, let's have a quick check. Piano solo. yeah. Jonathan Bronx Olsen says, do you know someone that is or lives in Norway? I do know somebody in Norway, actually. Yeah, I do. I know it's not a big place, but yeah, I do actually know somebody there. You're going to tell me in a minute that this is you and it's a fake name. I don't know. I know someone who lives in... Oh, no, what's going on here? I need to stop playing just a quick off the chest. About a year ago, under your influence, I bought my first keyboard, a cheap E473, and I'm loving it. So thank you. Honestly, Benny, I'm so pleased you're telling me. I love the fact that I wouldn't say I inspire people. That's the wrong word. But you know what I mean? By watching the videos, people think, well, I can have a go at that. I could do what he does. So, yeah, it's great. Thank you so much for that feedback. And long may it continue. Just keep doodling. Enjoy playing. It's a lot of fun. It really is. It really, really is. Bachata. Most of these styles are on the smaller models. You know, at least there's a version of everything. You've always got Latin styles in the E473, so yeah. This is I have a feeling this is one of those where the drums doesn't actually kick in. Yeah, I'm right. That's a bit too thin for me. Let's try another one. Oh god, this sounds a bit like it's one of those weird ones. No, not a fan of that one either. We're doing well here. Okay. I don't like the stuff that sounds like somebody's just chipping in every now and again. Oh, somebody will do a bit of... Yeah, no, that's not my sort of style. That's too loosey-goosey, as they call it. And that isn't. So... got potential, for want of a word. Anyway, we've got any more questions? Oh, Gems Jan says the trumpet shakes. Yeah, I was getting the trumpet shakes, that was for sure. Any other questions? I think I can say I don't like merengue. No, sorry, not my bag of tea. That definitely isn't. Last page, we're on the home run. Okay. It's all over the place. Maybe somebody somewhere likes that, but not somebody sat here. No. No, I don't like the stuff with the brass. The brass is just too harsh and like... No, don't like that at all. Oh, God. Gets worse. I think these last pages are sponsored by somebody with a trumpet. Yeah, no. Not sure who likes these, but it certainly isn't me. Anybody out there like them? Are you the sort of person that likes being screamed at by a trumpet? Have you recently been screamed at by a trumpet? Call this number now. There we go. Shut up. God, dear. Honestly, can you imagine being living next to somebody who plays that? You would, yeah, I'd be buying something very heavy and like a shotgun. Anyway, there we go. Feels like I should be rolling cigars. I was thinking the same. Yeah, either that or smuggling cocaine into somewhere. Dear, there we go. So anyway, there we have. Benny says I got PTTS, post-traumatic. Oh, very funny. I love it. Absolutely. Oh, do you know, Benny, you take the best joke today. PTT. I'm going to remember that. PTTS, post-traumatic trumpet scream. Oh dear, what a brilliant. Anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure having you join me this afternoon. Just for a bit of fun. This is what all this is about. You know, I can't bear it when everybody goes so serious It's a keyboard. Okay, it's a musical instrument, but we can have fun with things like this. And the Club Doctor, and by the way, if anybody would like to buy themselves an extremely nice set of golf clubs, I'm sure the Club Doctor would be happy to chat to them. So there you go. I've just given you an advert. You owe me £20, Mr. Club Doctor. But no, seriously, thank you so much for joining today. It's been an absolute hoot. I've had so much fun with you guys, and I do hope you come back next week. I'm going to try and do it again same time next week, so if you are free, do click for I've got more chance of being stuck in a sand hole, honestly. Thanks for the sounds. I'll go back to my E473 and imagine it. Oh, come on, Benny. No, don't be down. Your E473 makes the ability for people to sort of make this sort of instrument, because obviously your instrument has all the bass voices in it, so without it, so there you go. But no, if you would like to join me again next week, do click subscribe on my channel, do click the little bell, and I will put a note on my phone to come back. And I know you are, Benny, I know. It's lovely to have you on board, and thank you so much for that message earlier. Really, you've made my day. The more people I can encourage to sit and buy and play and enjoy, not necessarily, you haven't got to buy a Genos, you could buy anything. Buy a Genos 1 or a second-hand PSR 900. I don't care what you have. But the one thing I do hope you have is fun. That's the main thing. So thank you so much, as I say, for watching and joining. We've had 457 views already, so somebody's been watching and listening, and you made it to the end, so you get an extra special prize of coming back next week. So anyway, I hope you have a nice day. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch. And if you've got any comments or you fancy getting in touch, just leave a message, and I'll I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. But anyway, the Club Doctor is I would like to know, actually, wonder what the little, because some of you have got a little picture of a crown and then a number by the. Does that mean you've been the most active, or does it mean you're special, or maybe you're royalty? I don't know. I've never seen this before on YouTube, so maybe it's a new thing. I don't know. But anyway, I hope to see you again next week if we all make it that far. And as if you want to get in touch, you can do. Just drop a message via the page. And we'll see you again sometime soon. So there you go. That's all of the styles from the Latin section. I was thinking maybe most active. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So in that case, the Club Doctor is number 2. Who's number 1 in actual fact? Let me just have a quick scroll through, see if we can find out. Dal KB is number 1. But then again, Del KB has also got number 3, so I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. But anyway, it's been an absolute joy. Thank you ever so much. Have a great day. Look after yourselves. Keep yourselves safe, and keep playing and enjoying what you do. And we'll see you next week. Okay, guys, take care. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.